called M3GAN.
Oh, okay. Chucky squared. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where do I begin?
I'm intrigued because I have read such conflicting reviews and talked to friends and their conflicting reviews about this movie. So I'm really curious to see what you think.
It was directed by a guy named Gerard Johnstone. I have seen one of his movies called Housebound that is a comedy horror movie, and I did not like it and don't really even remember it that well, but I do remember watching it. It stars Allison Williams. She was the girlfriend from Get Out. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I like
good.
her a lot.
Yeah, I like her too. It stars Violet McGraw. She is young Nell from The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, okay.
Great little actress. I'm telling you, it's got a good cast. But it also has a guy in it named Ronnie Ching, Chieng. Mm-hmm. He is so bad that he actually ruined parts of the movie, and I found myself screaming at the set. You know how you yell at your television set when you disagree with something, or if you're a crazy person that watches too many movies. A synopsis is when Gemma suddenly becomes the caretaker of her orphaned 8-year-old niece, Katie. Gemma's unsure and unprepared to be a parent. Under intense pressure at work, she decides to pair her M3GAN prototype with Katie in an attempt to resolve two problems at once. Got a built-in babysitter, plus you're test running something that the company has not let you release yet.
Frankenstein, love it.
Exactly. I don't know that I would necessarily call it a Child's Play ripoff, because Chucky was possessed demonically, the doll, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He was possessed by like a serial killer's spirit. This is actually AI. So you're dealing with modern audiences' fear of artificial intelligence. What does it have going for me? Two things: the psychological aspects and this newfound phobia of artificial intelligence. However, they throw too much humor into it, and it just, you've seen the commercials where she does the weird dance. And
well, what I found interesting was, like I said, so many conflicting reviews. Not that it was good or bad, but some people calling it a comedy, some people calling it a horror movie, some people saying it was a mix. The initial trailer for it was really scary. I remember one scene that was she in the woods and some bully or somebody, and she like gets down on all fours and starts chasing him, and it looked creepy and scary.
Yeah, much creepier than that weird dance she does before she comes after that guy down the hall.
Well, you never saw that dance. I find it also telling that you mentioned the cast but didn't mention her, whoever plays her, the M3GAN doll.
Her name is Amy Donald. She's a little girl. The voice is Jenna Davis.
I think they do real well with the CGI with her, because she's creepy. At the same time, she's pseudo-endearing, or a cute little American Girl doll. But would you classify it as more scary than it's funny then?
I think you hit the nail on the head, is that it can be thrown in several different categories. I mean, it was also like a gay phenomenon, because she ends up being really bitchy and the gays gravitate to that. I noticed on different gay channels. I mean, not channels, but media. All I can say is that since it appeals to so many different aspects of genre, they're making a sequel. That sequel's already underway. This movie scored 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I totally disagree with that. It is well made, so I would give it an 80. But as far as being scary and like you said, it's trying to do so many different things that it's really not concentrating on one in specific. So no, it didn't scare me. Its energy is diffused, because it really doesn't concentrate in any of those directions. That's a good analogy. I'm glad you pointed me in that direction.
Interesting. We've talked about how the best horror filmmakers are able to use humor. It deflects from that tense moment, or it throws the audience off for a second before the scare or something like that.
Pacing.
When they use it correctly, it works really well, and actually is almost needed. What made Evil Dead work was some of the humorous asides and quips before the evilness. But you can overdo it, a la any Schwarzenegger film or stuff like that, and twist it and make it so that people can't even tell, is this a horror movie or not, which is sad. and unfortunate. It's on my list, but not near the top. So eventually I'll probably get there.
No, it's funny. We've been doing these coming to get yous for the past year. So when I see one that I did a coming to get you for, and I see it drop somewhere streaming, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go watch that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened here. I decided I would pop in one Saturday morning and watch this.
Start the car. Johnny had